All right, note taking on receiving from government programs. You should have a note taking guide open in DocHub while you are watching this video so that you can get all the answers, and I will let you know whenever it's time to fill in each blank. So, the sources of support that you currently have available to you include your family and friends, nonprofits, and those are the two that we talked about in the previous unit, and also from the government. So, some of the most common government benefit programs, and this is 1 through 7 on the right side of your first page of the note taking guide: Social Security, SNAP, TANF. It's not really pronounced that way, but that's how I say it. Unemployment, Medicaid, Medicare, and Earned Income Tax Credit. We will talk about each of these individually, but this is your overview. Features of most government programs is that they provide a temporary safety net to those in need. Often these benefits expire after a set period of time, and most individuals earn more income by returning to work rather than relying on government benefits. Also, individuals are encouraged to achieve self sufficiency, independence, and health. So, through these government programs, you are given a crutch, so to speak. Whoops. All right. So, what I was saying was that the government programs are there to give you a boost in the right direction. When you need help, they're there to provide the help that you need, but the focus is on becoming eventually self sufficient and independent and healthy and not needing the government programs anymore. That's the idea, at least. Uh, that should have answered everything for that one long box on your note taking guide. So, all government programs are funded by taxes, come from taxpayers specifically. So, income tax, payroll tax, property tax, sales tax, excise tax, all the taxes that we've learned about so far go to provide some type of government program for people who need help. And that's the whole purpose of taxes, really, is to help everybody. Moving down to the bottom of page 2, federal programs, and we're gonna, so whatever's on the screen is gonna be what you fill in on the box that says characteristics. So the characteristics of federal programs is that they are created through acts of Congress and they do not vary from state to state. So federal means the country. So these are countrywide programs. State programs, on the other hand, are received from federal grants, so money that we get from the government, and also state taxes. Side note, states determine how that money is distributed. And then local programs, they are funded by local taxes. They typically address local needs, and some examples of local programs that are provided by these local taxes are city recreation programs and youth programs. All right, page 2. We just have 2 pages, right? Yeah. All right. This is not on your slides, but for information about any of these government programs and whether they might be something that you or your family could use, here's a website to go to first, and that you'll get information about all the programs and eligibility and things like that. So, looking at the second page, we're going to answer 3 questions for each of these government programs. 1, who is it designed to help? 2, how is it funded? And 3, what is the purpose of it? So, starting with Social Security, we have 17 different programs that are under the Social Security umbrella, and they are designed to help different people throughout their total lifespan. Not everybody will need them through every one of the 17 programs, but they're just so many different varieties. So, the funding uh, for all of the top three. So we have Social Security retirement, disability, and survivors. All of those are Social Security programs. The funding for all of them depends on the program. So that's all we would write in that middle column for the first three blanks. Depends on the specific program. Retirement, specifically designed for people who are retired of a certain minimum age. The purpose is to provide income during retirement. So you are no longer able to work a normal type of job because you're old. So instead of making you work to earn money, now you get to stay home, be retired, and still earn money. Disability, second line, designed for adults and children who are disabled. Again, the funding depends on the specific program, and the purpose is to provide income as well as help to obtain a job. And then survivors for the last one that is designed for families who have lost a wage earner. So if one parent dies, this is designed to help the family who now does not have that wage earner in the household. Children who have lost a parent as well. And the purpose is to provide income. So it depends. The amount is going to vary based on a lot of other factors, but now the family can be receiving regular monthly income in place of that deceased parent. SNAP, food stamps, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program is what that stands for. That is your fourth line on your grid. This is designed for low-income families, funded by the federal government, and the purpose is to provide money to purchase nutritious food. Temporary assistance to needy families, I call it TANF, uh, designed for low-income families with children. It is funded federally, but administered at the state level. So the federal government provides the money, and then the state decides how to distribute that money. And the purpose is to temporarily provide money or job training or other support to help a person achieve self-sufficiency. So, for example, a single parent who is not able to, maybe they get laid off. Now they have no income coming in, but they've got children to feed and take care of. And so it's there to get that person back to working a job that's going to pay enough money to pay the bills. So it is designed to be temporary. Unemployment insurance. This is designed for adults who've lost their job through no fault of their own. So someone who's been laid off. It's funded by your employers. Your employers pay this amount every month, and they pay it to kind of a state unemployment fund. And then whenever you are laid off, you can apply for unemployment and hopefully be able to get that to get you by. The purpose is to provide income while you are seeking new employment. Medicaid and Medicare, the next two blanks. So Medicaid is designed for certain people in low income categories. So it could be children, pregnant women, parents of eligible children, people with disabilities, or elderly people seeking nursing home care. It is funded by both federal and state governments, and the purpose is to provide health insurance, especially medical care. So Medicaid is based on income. Medicare, however, is not based on income. This is designed for people who are over 65 primarily, but you can get it sometimes if you're under 65 and you have disabilities. Funded by the federal government, and this is to provide health insurance. So both of these are health insurance programs. This one is need-based, income-based, and this one is age-based, mostly. Earned income tax credit. So this is designed for low and moderate income adults who have worked. funded by the federal government, and the purpose is to provide money when they file a tax return. So this is kind of like a motivator to file your tax return. And when you file your tax return, you're going to get a credit. You're going to get extra money back. And so that is just there to help you kind of reward you for working and filling out your tax return. And that is, I believe, everything on the note-taking guide. All right. Oops.